Alright, today we're going to replace a broken dryer belt. As you can see, this is how you can tell it's got a broken belt. It spins freely. Normally it wouldn't do that. So, to replace the dryer belt, there's a few steps. The upper and lower vent trays. Yeah, these are the tools that you're going to need for the front of the dryer. This is a special head here to fit those, and then we're going to need 5/16, what you use on repairing a lot of the stuff here. So you come on down here. Got more long straight here. And we've got two screws right here. We can't really get the screwdriver or the drill in here to do this. So we're going to do this by hand. There's two screws there. And right here. Your socket on there, and then coming around here, you've got a whole bunch of screws. Last one there. Alright. Got all those out. So now this plate will come off. There we go. Face plate off. You'll always hear quarters and coins drop out. Those are all freebies. They just set this on the side. There's two wires that I disconnected for the door switch right there. You got to remember to hook those back up or your dryer will not run when you get all done. So what we'll do, we'll get that. Now we're going to have to go around back and take off some parts back there in order to get the drum out. Okay, so now I've got that wood drill bit in that hole, so it'll stop the drum from spinning. We can get this nut off. There's a second nut, and then there's a washer. You need to get two hands and your fingernails underneath them to get that washer to come off. There we go. Got the washer off. Okay, now the drum will slip out, Well, while we're back here, we need to take this cover off down here. These three screws are really fun to get to. There's one right here. It's not as hard to get off as it is to put back on. And then you've got one here. Oh, it's missing that one. There's just one back here. Alright, this cover here, there was missing the one screw there, which is no big deal. Okay, then, once you get that off, there's a plate that you need to get off in order to put the belt back on the idler pulley. And it's down in here. Maybe shine some light. There's the plate there. There's two of the screws holding that on. So, top one's really easy to get to. You can see it from this side over here. And the thing is, what you don't want to do, you don't want to drop these, because if you drop these, they could go down in the cradle of that motor, and you'll never get it back. And then the bottom one is not too hard to get to. Once again, you don't want to drop that screw. Okay, then you can pull the plate out. And now if you look in there, you can see inside the bottom of the drum, and you might be able to see the idler pulley. But we'll go ahead and go back out front and finish the front part, and then we'll come back.
Lost it.
Alright, that's the wood screw, or the wood drill bit that I use to stop the drum from spinning, so I can take off that rear nut from the drum. Okay, now the drum is ready to come out. So what you do is you kind of lift up on the top and kind of just wiggle back and forth to get it out of the bearing. Now you're out of the bearing. Now you got to fight with the middle felt seal. And you kind of have to rotate and kind of jimmy it back up and down to get the drum out. And now the drum is out. And then come back over. And what I will need now. You filming?
Yeah.
Alright. Got 9/16. What we're going to do is I'm going to take these wheels off. You can see all this lint. We're going to have to get a vacuum and vacuum all that out. But let's get the wheels off first. Get them out of the way so you can clean all the lint out. And another quarter. Score, and another quarter. So we'll pull these wheels off and set them aside. Oh, there's a whole bunch more quarters there. And over here. Okay, now we're going to shop vacuum it out. So nice and clean. There. There's the critter, the broken belt. They break, they go bad, just need to replace them. And at the same time, you get to clean everything out. little ring, the middle pelt, I guess backing that off as well. And also the back ring, the back pelt. A lot of times the belt cords will wrap around the motor pulley. So you always want to inspect that. Make sure that there's no belt wrapped around the pulley or the idler, but I've never seen it wrapped on the idler before. Spin the idler, make sure it spins nice and free. This is the back drum shaft bearing. What you want to do is you want to inspect that. Rotate, put your finger in, rotate it back and forth. If you feel any grinding or roughness of the bearing, you want to replace that before you put it all back together. Which is easy to do from the back side. You just got the 4 nuts on the back of the casing. Pull the casing off, the bearing's inside the casing, swap the bearing out, put it back on. Really easy to do when you got it all torn apart. The wheels, when you got it to this point here, you can put the wheels back in, but same as the back bearing. You want to test it, spin it, make sure that it spins freely, make sure it's not rough. This one has a little roughness to it, not enough that I feel it needs to be replaced right now, but it's not as smooth as it should be. This one's actually a little rougher. I think this one needs to be replaced. I'm gonna replace both of them. If I have 2 new rollers, I'll replace both of them. I have new rollers, so we'll replace the 2 new rollers, and you can see they just feel smoother, and I'll put them right on there. Snug it down. Not gonna come off at all because it's a lock nut. So we're not gonna come off. And now we got new smooth rollers on there. Alright. And next, what we've got to do is clean off the back of the car. See, it's a mess. dryer back together and it doesn't start, most likely you forgot to reinstall those 2 wires. I've done that before. Then you gotta take it back apart. Next, all this lint builds up here inside this drain, and it's a pain in the butt to get it out. But with a little bit of effort, you can get most of it out. Custom tool here. I think I bought this from Harbor Freight. Not that much in this one. Alright, so that cleans the room. We're now ready to I'm jumping a step. I should have already done. I should have done this step before I cleaned the drum and everything. What you want to do is throw the belt in the dryer, grab a quarter, maybe 2. We want to warm that belt up so it's pliable when we go to reinstall it, because it's quite a pain in the butt. The belt to stand up where you need it to stay in place while you put the drum back in. Okay. Alright, I did forget to, at the beginning I forgot to introduce myself. Recipe for some speed clean laundromat, as you can see. And just wanted to make this video so somebody else is wanting to attempt to replace the belt instead of calling the dealer. And also for my children, if I happen to pass away, they can learn how to replace the belt. Belt's been there for maybe 5 minutes. Yeah, it's more pliable now. First off, let me show you. I'm going to use this wood drill again, and I'm going to put it back here through this hole, coming in backwards. Then I'm going to compress that screw down, that idler pulley. So now the idler pulley's in that position there. It'll make it easier once we're in the back side putting the belt onto the pulleys. And now you want to make sure you get the rib part on the inside. And then what I do is I work it up here. There's 2 levels of felt. You want to get it past both of them if you can possibly do that. Just makes it a lot easier from falling down. But it's still a struggle. Get in there. And you come around to this one here and do the same. Oh! I think we could have got the belt hotter. It's still got some kinks in it that are gonna fight me. So if I get kinks down the bottom, maybe that won't fight me then. Oh, yeah. I got one. Oh, we're gonna have to heat it up again. It's not. Okay, all right, now we're heating the belt up again for another 5 minutes or so. That's what I just think we can do this one. Just like the kinks, when they ship it, that's what you gotta fight with. So the hotter the belt is, the better. Hopefully I can get it this time. Those 2 sides in, and just get this side in. Kink, I'm fighting with you. All right. The belt's kind of flipped. Flip it back over. Man. All right, let's try it again. Oh, we'll get there. And there, that's looking better now. Aha. Right there. Okay.
So it doesn't need to be like in the rim thing there, just held up by it.
Yeah, just held up. You just
Okay.
want it held up. And then so you get the drum in, then it can fall on the drum, and it just rides on the outside of the drum.
Do you need to get around the motor down there? Or do you have to do that from the other side?
Slide the drum back in. And try to get smooth and careful so you don't drop the belt back there. Normally it doesn't. It could. And then you gotta get in that, past that center belt, right back there. You can kind of see at the back of the drum back here in the holes. If the belt had fallen, you could see that it had fallen. You'll probably be able to see it. So what you can do now, get one of the vanes up and lift up and kind of go in the rear bearing. Now it's in there. Just like that. The belt is still up on the felt, so it's all good. And we can go ahead and go around back and finish up back there, then come back. Now we're going to go ahead and put the washer and then up back on the shaft of the drum. Be careful not to drop the nut because it's hard to find sometimes back there with big hands. So we're going to go ahead and tighten that first nut on, and all you do is just give it a nice, good, swift tug on that there. And now we're putting the lock nut on. You don't want to drop it. Socket on just a little bit, so you're just turning that lock nut until it comes down and meets up with the other nut. Come on, where are you? There we are. Alright, once again, just a little quick snug there. Okay, now the fun part. Now I gotta reach my hand inside this port, this inspection port thing. And I can grab the belt, I can spin the belt. It's a good idea to kind of spin the belt around the drum just with your hand. And then reach down, make sure it's all the way on the drum. Then reach down and put it around this shaft of the motor. You can feel the splines on the motor shaft and make sure it matches up with the splines on the ribs on the belt. And then on the right side, as you're looking at the back here, you want to pull the belt snug up to the idler pulley, press the idler pulley, compress it down, and then pull the belt onto the idler pulley. Then you can pull our magic tool out, and then I like to spin the belt and the drum at least one time around just to make sure it's not going to fall off. You run a risk of doing that if the belt did fall off, that idler pulley is going to come snap back and could hit your hand and could hurt. I don't think it's going to break any bones, but it's going to scare the heck out of you and might hurt. Alright, it's all back on there really good. I feel good about it. Now we got to put this, see. Something we didn't do, which is a big no-no. We didn't shut the power off. Yeah, kind of an oversight there. I got to think too much about doing the video and not enough about safety. So what we do is 21. Does it say 21?
It says 17.
I didn't find 21 down there. It's a little late now, but alright. Let's just pretend we did that at the very beginning. Shut the power off to it, so
We can just edit it to make it look like we did that at the beginning.
so that's not gonna happen. Safety, what, 10th?
We'll edit it. Just make sure we do that first thing.
Oh my gosh. Alright. Okay, so this is the fun part here.
I literally thought about that, but I assumed that you had already taken care of it.
No, never assume. Never assume. Okay, this is a harder part because it's hard to see. You can get back in here. But you can put the plate back in to where you can see the hole that it goes in. And then with your other hand, take the screw in there and see if you can get it to go in the hole and start. What you don't want to do is you don't want to drop the screw, because otherwise you're probably not going to find it again. What just happened?
You dropped the screw?
I dropped the screw. Aha. 1 in a million. I found it. Easily. First, and then go up to the whole house. There we go. Alright. I put the screw through the plate and then brought it up to the hole. And that seemed to work.
Yeah.
Well, we got the bottom one. And that one's not going to be any easier, because you got to get way down here in order to see it. Right there is the hole. You just gotta get it up there before you drop it. Oh. Alright, I dropped it. Try it again. And tighten this one up a little bit tighter. Where that's right where it needs to be. The plate's not dropped. Alright, and I bring this down. Find the hole and right in. Alright. I try really hard to replace all the screws. Sometimes it doesn't happen because you drop the screws, but I try hard to replace all the screws and the parts. This part's not a must to have back on. It just covers up the wires on the bottom down here. But I try to put it back on. All of the dryers have it. These screws are a lot harder to put in. And usually what I do is I'll open up this cover here. Is missing a couple screws in my head. This makes it a little easier, mostly on the bottom ones where you can't see what you're doing. And what I'll do is I'll put a light down here, and then I can move this around and find where the hole shines through the top part. And then you can take the screw, come up, and get it started. Make sure you put it far enough in, because you start playing with the next screw, good chance it's going to fall out, fall down, and you're going to be back to square one. So then you come back over here and move some lint out of the way. Right over here. You might be able to see. Can't even fill the hole. I can't see the hole there, so I'm just going to try to find it. Well, I don't see that one, but I see this one right here. it's all lined up and ready to go. So we're just going to put that one right back in that one there. So we are, so we're still missing one screw on that, but no big deal. Make sure we're tightening. That screw, now that cover's back on. Let's throw the electrical cover back on. As Zachy knows, this is my favorite screwdriver from Walmart. It does a whole bunch of tools in one. Plus it's got the 5/16 that every screw on this entire dryer uses. So it's really a handy screwdriver. I keep a whole bunch of them back here, so they're easily to obtain when I'm back here working on it. So now we're ready to put this back on. As you can see, the bolts back on. Everything sounds beautiful, nice and quiet. So we're going to put the face up here like this. Reach back here, find the two wires. There's a skinny pin and a little fatter pin. They can only go on one way. So put that skinny one on there, the bigger one on there, and you're all good. Don't forget to do that because your dryer will not run. Put it first in this top nip up here. Slides in like that. Start in reverse order, but we set up that way. Doesn't matter what order you put these in. Put the top two screws in. Make sure your face is in far enough. If it's not in far enough, you won't be able to get these two screws together. That. Take this here. You don't want them super tight, so I just set this on the low setting. There we go, this makes it faster. On. Back to the square bit. Not funny looking bit. All the same way, so it doesn't matter. If you're having problems after you put this all back together with having your door doors stay closed, try loosening those or even tighten them even tighter. Usually that'll solve a problem if your door is not staying closed. So they're all back on. Top two tightened. If I had a universal joint socket, I could probably do that with the drill, but sometimes you gotta use a ratchet. Alright, then all this is done. Back in the lint trays. Going through a quarter in.
Wait for you to get that in.
Okay, that one. Oh, that's one over here. That was the top one. I didn't replace the top one. And there we go. Sounds nice and quiet. What we're going to want to do is let it run for a few minutes, open up the door and check for heat. Make sure that nothing went wrong there. Because sometimes you put it all back together, you turn on, you got no heat. Then you got to solve the second problem. Now it's run for a couple minutes. Open the door. And we have heat fixed. We have heat on the top one. Fixed. It's all done. Thank you for watching. This is how to replace a belt in a 22-year-old speed clean dryer. Most of these speed cleans are exactly the same though, so if you have a speed clean, there's a good possibility it's going to be identical to this, even though you have different controls than a newer dryer. Thanks for watching. If you like it, thanks.